How's everybody doing today? Chris Worthing here, hands up, chin down. Um, I want to discuss a little bit more about Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder. I've seen Wilder preparing hard, fixing his boxing ability, and really getting ready to go out there and box in this upcoming rematch. That's good. He needs to do that. Um, as we saw last time, Tyson Fury was able to take control the range, control position, and determine when and where the fight took place. Pretty much overwhelmed Wilder and got him out of there quite easily, I'll say. I mean, I don't think it was a very hard fight for Fury. He was well prepared mentally. He knew what he had to do, and he came in there and he did it. And Wilder didn't have an answer. When you take a loss like that, I think a tune-up is very, very needed or necessary. Wilder didn't take a tune-up. He hasn't implemented his new game plan. I took. I've been working well, not recently, but over the last few years, I've been working in jiu-jitsu, and I took something from my trainer, Javier Vasquez, who, and I settled it in my mind, and he's so right. And it applies to boxing as well. You have to make time your friend. Okay, and what I mean by that is controlling position. I may not be able to knock you out or get the choke or get whatever, dominant position right away. I may not be able to get you out of there right away, but if I continually put pressure and I continually put you in bad spots over time, that space and the energy diminishes, and eventually you're just there for the taking. Okay, that principle I think is going to apply very much in this fight. I think that time is going to be Fury's friend. I don't think time is going to help Wilder much. I know, as time goes on, Fury has a way of doing things that puts you in a bad spot. He feints well. His jab's incredible. He's better at defending the jab and establishing the jab than Wilder is. Now, I understand Wilder's training on a lot of these slick moves to get him out of trouble. That'll work well, but for how long? I don't know how long he's going to be able to stay out of harm's way with just a few techniques, because he hasn't implemented them into who he is as a fighter yet. And that takes time. You got to at least go out and have a fight, maybe 2 or 3 fights, to really see the progression. And that hasn't happened. I said after the last fight was over that a tune-up has to happen, and it didn't. They demanded the rematch. They demanded an immediate title shot because it was in the contract. Just because it's in the contract doesn't mean you have to exercise that rematch clause. And I would have waited on that, especially if I was his management, because there's a lot of things that have to change in order for Wilder to even have a chance in this fight. Now, can he go out and win it? Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. But the likely scenario is he comes out, they start boxing, he implements it well. But here, in order for Wilder to go out there and box Fury, he's going to have to understand a few specifics that you don't get right away, okay? He's going to have to understand the range, okay? He's going to have to be a step back, because he's going to have to not only establish his jab, but he's going to have to defend Wilder's jab, or Fury's jab, I'm sorry. Okay, he cannot sit there and let Fury land that front hand at will. So he's going to have to take that away. How's he going to do that? Okay, well, it starts with the feet. He's going to have to pull on him, and he's going to have his jab established. Okay, and when he starts doing that, he's gonna have to deal with feints. How many feints has he really dealt with at a high level? Okay, has he built the habit of reacting to the feints the way you're supposed to and switching the range? All right, because if you stay in that pocket on a feint, eventually the guy's gonna hit you with something, probably a lead hook. Okay, I hit a lot of guys with my lead hook off a feint, and I'm able to do that because I've established a jab. Fury's very, very good at establishing that jab and hitting guys with lead hooks. He hit Klitschko with lead hooks all night long because he established a jab. So my point is, it's more than just working on catching a punch. It's more than just slipping a punch here and there. You have to reestablish your range, and you have to understand it's a game of inches, okay? In boxing, the smallest adjustments make the biggest differences a lot of times, especially at the advanced level. When you're that advanced, it becomes a game of inches, but that inch will take you a mile. You know what I mean? That inch adjustment will change the entire dynamic of the fight, because instead of his punch landing, you give me an inch or a couple inches, now that punch isn't landing, and you're actually in a position to be countered. Okay, so he has to be real good. He's gonna have to get his feet a lot more educated and really box with some guys that are gonna make him do that. And I don't think he's done that. It's not, you know, you can do it in training camp. Training camp is training camp. It's not fight night. It's different. So I think it's a bad move. I really do. I mean, I'm looking for Fury to stop him again, and I would probably bet money on it if I could get to Vegas real quick, because, you know, it's probably a sure grab. I don't know what the odds are, but it's not a good move. You know, people are gonna come on here and say I'm crazy, but watch the last fight. Watch what happened. Watch why it happened. Okay, it's range control. It's jab defense. Lack thereof for Deontay Wilder. Lack of range control. He doesn't understand, you know what I mean, how to deal with a guy that's boxing that well. I mean, he's done it. I mean, the knockout power has always bailed him out. And if it doesn't bail him out on this one, then he's going to lose again. You know, and Fury's going to keep setting him up to miss that right hand, you know. Fury sets him up, you know. He keeps feinting. He pulls on the jab. Right hand comes. He dips underneath. Gets that shoulder in his chest. And as soon as Wilder misses with the right hand, it takes a lot out of him because he throws it so big. He throws it to try to take his head off. But when you miss it, it saps your energy, especially when you do it a lot of times. Okay? And Fury was able to get that shoulder on his chest, use his big body to lift him up and walk him backwards. Walk him straight to the corner and bang on him. Throw combinations. You know, put the elbow on him, elbow on the elbow to elbow, or elbow on his chest, wherever you can get it. But you control the man like that, and you know, once you're out of position, and Fury understands all these small little details. These details of off the miss, you gain a position, you gain a dominant position to walk him back and throw a combination. All right, I don't see Wilder being able to make those kind of adjustments on such a short time span, and not having a tune-up fight to see where he's at. You know, you got to test these skills. These are things that Fury's done his whole life. He's done them since he was a kid, man. He's worked on the fundamentals and the certainties of the game to a point to where he's on a whole different level, and he proved it. He actually proved it in the first fight. He got caught a couple times. He got knocked down. Other than those knockdowns, Fury won every round. Okay? And then the second fight, he realized, okay, I got caught. I'm not getting caught again. And he made the adjustment. He didn't get caught again, and he beat Deontay up. And he made it look easy. It's not easy, but he made it look that way because he was able to make him miss, establish his jab. The feints got the jab started. Control the range with his feet. Control the range with his body too, because off of Wilder's misses, he was able to capitalize on a lot of positions. So I look for another stoppage. I'm looking forward to all the critics of this video, in my opinion, because I hear a lot of people saying that they think Wilder's gonna get him this time, and you know, I don't see it happening. I don't think now's the right time to take that fight. Now, am I rooting against the American? No, I'm not rooting. I don't root in fights. I look for, I want to see the best guy win. Whoever's the best guy, I want to see him come out on top, because I think the sport should be about the best fighting the best. So I'm not anti-American because I'm saying this. I'm not rooting against Wilder. I'm not rooting against Fury. Fury's a Christian. Me being a Christian, I'm not going to, hope that my brother in faith loses. But either way, I hope it's a great night. I hope it's a great night for boxing, and I hope it's exciting. I just, honestly, in my heart of hearts, I don't think it will be. I think it'll be exciting. I don't think it'll last long. I really don't. And, I could be wrong, but we'll see what happens. And please comment. Please show your support. And if you disagree with me, I'd love to hear about it. And we'll see what happens on fight night. Thanks again. Talk to you soon.